Hey guys, it's Cynical Who here, back with another video and celebrating 100 subscribers still with a collection tour. Now this has been a very long time coming, this collection tour, and a bit of an impromptu. I didn't expect to hit 100 subscribers so suddenly, but I'd like to say thank you again to everybody who's supported the channel over the past year, everyone who subscribed. I really could not be thankful enough. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the collection. So for the main majority of the thing, I'm going to be taking you across this whole sort of wall of shelves. There's not too much around the rest of the room, but this will be mainly where I'm focusing on. So let's start on here with the figure shelf. So we start off with the 60s collection with the William Hartnell figure. You've got a few things dotted about here, like the Dalek collector set, Troughton, the Ice Warrior, there from Space, Auton there. Some really nice sort of classic figures like the Sea Devil, the Master, the Daleks. The Brigadier is awesome, I do love that. The Third Doctor's in my custom Third Doctor at the back there from the Mutants with the TARDIS released last year, and Lynx, which in last year's B&M sets, and the K1 robot there. So I do have every figure from the first wave of the classic series. And the next shelf starts off again, continuing with the early 4th Doctor era with the season 12 4th Doctor, Harry Sullivan. Really love that figure. That's an awesome figure. Goes very nicely with the Sontaran spaceship and Steyr at the back there, which I actually have a duplicate of. There's the other one. And the awesome Genesis of the Daleks, Tom Baker and Genesis Dalek. Really awesome Dalek design. Amazing figure. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen to bits because I've had it for so long. And a bit of a season 13 display here with the Pyramids of Mars 4th Doctor and the robot at the back, the Zygon, and some more sort of season 14, you know, Sontarans, Leela, the Master, Tollins and Wang Chiang figures, Robots of Death, and K9 at the front there, and there's actually another K9 at the back there. That's the Warriors Gate version, I do believe, which is, there we go, that's season 18 4th Doctor. We've got two of those, one that came in the original release in 2008, I think it was, and the re-release from 2016. And sort of moves slowly into the 80s era with a few sort of 5th Doctor figures scattered about. I really do love this Awakening variant. I really do love the sort of muted colours, and the muddy shoes look quite a nice touch. And the Kaiser Androzani sort of twin dilemma 6th Doctor with the original variants at the back there, and the supposedly real-time but more Big Finish Colin. I really do love this figure. I've always wanted to get the real-time one, and I was just so thrilled to get at least a blue variant in a way, if you know what I mean. And again, it moves into the 7th Doctor era. We've got the lovely attack of the Cyberman here. Such an awesome design. I really do love this figure. And we've got some Daleks at the back, the white and gold Daleks. That's the Sound Effects Necros Dalek and the Imperial Dalek. I've got 7th Doctors coming out of my arse. There's one there, season 26 one, the Ghostlight one. Ghostlight, you know, it's a bit inaccurate. The season 25 one, I do have another season 26 one that I think I customised into a Virgin New Adventures variant. So we've got Ace there, such an awesome figure. I love Ace, the figure. There's so many sort of accessories that come with her, the backpack, the baseball bat, the Nitro 9, the jacket can be removed. And at the back there we have the fantastic, I love these figures so much, the Silver Nemesis Cybermen 2-pack, which in fact isn't the original because I'm not made of money. That costs so much. It's so rare these days. I think it's like £100 from Forbidden Planet. But I got it in the re-release last year along with the 7th Doctor figure, which is unfortunately a bit inaccurate, but the Cybermen more than make up for that. It's just such a cool design, and they feel really high quality and lovely. But that sort of sets off the original classic run with Hartnell down to McCoy. And if we want to go to the next shelf, you can see it's sort of a McGann display. We start off with the, in fact, that is the 7th Doctor's TARDIS at the back there, but I thought it just looks a lot nicer with McGann, and I unboxed him on my channel, which you can see probably in an iCard up there. Same goes to this guy and the Doctor, the Dalek rather, unboxed those, again, iCard. And we also have the lovely 8th Doctor and Dalek Alpha set there, which is just so cool. I say that's probably my favourite figure overall, this 8th Doctor. The colours are so cool, the costume, the head sculpt is just amazing. I love it, and Dalek Alpha just looks fantastic. I'd love to maybe make some customs of the rest of the Children of the Revolution Dalek, because they are awesome. And we have sort of a Time War thing going on here with the Night of the Doctor, the custom War Doctor's TARDIS at the back. I don't usually display customs with the official figures, which we'll see in a minute. I think this is the only one that's sort of worthy, as it fills up a bit of space and it looks lovely, and it does have the interior card there. You can see it's a bit dark, but hopefully you can see that. We've got the Metaltron Dalek, well not Metaltron, you know, the bronze Dalek at the back there, and John Hurt, the War Doctor, lovely figure. I was tempted to pick up the new B&M version of him with the red waistcoat, because it is a really awesome variant, but And we have the Series 1 display here with the strange but ultimately very nostalgic Ninth and Doctor and Rose figures, which are in these weird positions that can't really be moved at all, but they do pose for a very nice sort of action shot, and surrounded with all the figures like the Slitheen, the Autons, the Moxa Balhoun at the back, the Gelf, the RTD era TARDIS, the Mickey's head, the spiders, the space pig, some strange monsters from Series 1 that got released into figure form, the Gelf and Dr. Constantine, which I've lost his original head, so the gas mask one will have to do. And at the front there we have the Aliens of London, well the blue jumper variant, which is actually a purple jumper, but I customised it, and the paint job is a bit sloppy around the neck, but hopefully it looks okay. And at the back we have the Ninth Doctor's TARDIS console room set with the Gelf at the back there. But yeah, lovely console. I really do love this design, especially for a toy. It's amazing, and we have the original Ninth Doctor figure there. But yeah, that sort of sums up the 8th, 9th and War Doctor sort of shelf, and then down to the next one. Again, going down a shelf, we have the 10th Doctor era with the Christmas Invasion figure. Quite a nice figure, but it's very flimsy. His legs he falls over all the time, so I've just managed to get him into a position where he's not going to drop off the shelf, which happens more regularly than I would like. We have Rose, the 10th Doctor, K9, the battered sort of school reunion K9, the Ood, nice little Satan pit thing going on here with the spacesuit, Toby's head, and the lift. Chip and Cassandra and the Clockwork droids here, which I believe this purple one here is quite rare, so I'm really pleased to have that, and it looks awesome. I really do love that. And sort of another Doomsday thing going on here with the Dimension Jump, the Dalek, and the Cyber Leader, which I actually think that's the Age of Steel version, but whatever. It looks lovely. I really do like that design. Bit of an odd thing here, the doors from the 9th and 10th Doctor's TARDIS playset, which are sort of doing a Runaway Bride bit where he's sort of reaching out from the TARDIS, even though the doors come out the wrong way, but it looks okay. And sort of a Series 3 area here with the Jadoon, the Doctor in his blue suit, the Dalek Sec at the back there, some more evolution of the Daleks figures, quite a lot of evolution of the Daleks figures with Laszlo, the Pig Slave, that's actually from Doomsday, so I don't know why that's there, that should be over there somewhere, but oh well. The Weeping Angel, some more Series 3 bits and bobs at the back there, like the Cat People, 42 spacesuit, and moving down we have the Master, the Ancient Doctor and the Older Doctor from Last of the Time Lords and the Sound of Drums, and a little sort of bit of the Voyage of the Damned at the end here with the host robot, Banakafalata, and this lovely 10th Doctor tuxedo figure at the back there, which I got for my birthday a few years ago, and it's a really, really nice figure. I really do love it's a really nice sculpt, and the articulation's fantastic. It's just nice to see a sort of more recent 10th Doctor figure, and it's so nice, and it goes really well with the rest of the figures, so that's lovely. Moving down onto the next shelf, we do have a bit of a break, but I'll come back to that in a minute. We have the Series 4 and 5 sort of, and well, the rest of the new series here. We'll start off with Series 4 again. We have the Doctor there, just straighten him up. I'm actually re-watching Series 4 at the moment. I'm on the Sontaran Stratagem as we speak. The Pyrovile and the Roman Soldier at the back, and all the bits and pieces, the Hath, the Sontarans, which the design is not my favourite, but the figures do look cool. I think they look better than they do in the show. And this lovely 10th Doctor figure here, which is actually the 13th Doctor set, and we have Donna there, the Dalek, with the Supreme Dalek and Davros there. Moving into sort of Series 5, early Series 5 territory, we have Prisoner Zero sort of hanging off the edge there because he actually snapped off his stand thing. The Crash set, which I remember getting the Crash set a few years ago. So awesome. I really do love the Crash set. I remember asking for it all the time, and when I finally got it, it was just the best Christmas ever. Goes along nicely with the Daleks. That eye stalk's actually snapped off. I remember when it snapped off, actually. I was at my grandma's house, and it rolled off the table and smashed against the floor. We have the Paradigm Daleks at the back there, and the Cybermen, which I've warmed to. They're not the exact Cybermen because they don't have the logo on them, but I think it's a nice design of sort of the weather that looks quite cool, quite creepy. We have the Impossible set here with the 11th Doctor and Clara, well, Oswin Oswald. Really nice figures, I really do like these. Was thinking of maybe picking up the Time of the Doctor set, because I've noticed that's quite cheap recently, so I might go for that. And we have Missy here, which I managed to get in the Toys R Us closing sale a few years ago for just £4, brand new. So that's a bit of a bargain there. And we have the Peter Capaldi figure here, the only Peter Capaldi, because I think I customised my other one, but again, it's a really nice figure. I really do like that Peter Capaldi figure, and there's a Dalek at the back there just for good measure. And we have the 13th Doctor figure. I would like to get the purple jumper variant, or maybe the blue jumper, but you know, due to again the current situation, it might be a bit difficult shipping wise. Because I know someone who's ordered a Graham figure and it's stuck in China, which is just their luck. But yeah, it's a really nice figure, really great articulation, costume, sculpts, it's awesome. I would love to also get the TARDIS at some point maybe, but it's just, again, the current situation and the cost of money, I think I'd like to wait for them to go down in price and for, you know, again, I hate to mention it, but the current situation to settle, if it ever does, or I'm just stuck in my room for all eternity. But again, going back over to the other side of the shelf, which I brushed past earlier, we have a little a Weevil figure from Torchwood, and if we look past that, we have some audio CDs, and this isn't obviously all my audios, I'll get onto those in a minute, but we have the 11th Doctor Tales, which is, I actually won that in a competition a few years ago, so yeah, they're quite nice. Those are the ones read by Matt Smith and other members of the cast and whatnot, which I haven't had a chance to fully listen to, but they're alright. I'll just move this Weevil out of the way. We have some CDs such as The Romans, which is awesome. I remember wearing that out. I think when I got it for my 6th birthday, along with a CD player, and I just exhausted that. I loved it so much. A fantastic CD. Some other bits and pieces picked up from Big Finish and whatnot. Some books, you know, this Big Finish 8th Doctor Talks Back, sort of the writers talking about their stories contributed to the 8th Doctor series. And the Doctor Who Mr. Men books, which I would like to clarify, I got given as a present. I didn't spend my own money on those. And we have my sort of Bernie Summerfield books at the back here, which I unboxed recently, the Life During Wartime and Gods of the Underworld. Well, yeah, that sort of rounds off the, well, sort of canon figures, I suppose, as you'll see as we move down a level, to show you my custom figures, which is an interesting shelf. Because, I mean, this isn't all my custom figures, only sort of the ones I think that are worthy of displaying. But yeah, I mean, I like to think they're okay, but I'm definitely not the best customiser. I'm no Captain Jimmy Pie. But yeah, if we look down here, this is sort of a mock-up of my my upcoming figure adventure, the Zyterium experiment, that is still in the works. I'm still editing that. It will hopefully be out soon. Just got to find a time. I'm still waiting on a few lines to come in, but hopefully that will be out soon. Yeah, got the characters from the story here. The Daleks customs, destroyed Daleks, which I'm quite proud of. I do quite like the look of my destroyed Dalek customs. The one back there, which is, I think, the first custom I ever made, one of the first customs I ever made, that I at least still have. And we have the sort of Dalek Emperor custom here, which is, it's interesting. I think I made it out of the Dalek spaceship fly thing, if you know what I'm talking about, and painted it up and made a base for it and made a little mutant inside with some pipes and whatnot. I think it looks okay, and hopefully it will look okay in the figure adventure, but we'll have to see. And moving over, we have some sort of more customs here. I'll run you through these very quickly. We have my Derek Jacobi Big Finish Master custom here, which I'm quite proud of. Again, going alongside the Alexander McQueen Master. He's my favourite Master overall. I really do love his portrayal, and I think the figures go quite nicely together. I'm very proud of those. And of course the other Derek Jacobi figure, which I don't think the head sculpt is, I've done it as well, the beard wise. I think, because I did that one first and surprisingly I went back and did that one afterwards and made an even worse job of it, but I think it looks okay. We have Rassilon, Don Warrington's portrayal of Rassilon, who's so underrated that I'll probably have to make a separate video about him, because look, he's just so good. Sort of a World Enough and Time thing going on here with the patient figure. I'm really pleased with how that figure turned out. I made it a few years ago out of a Smiler. But yeah, that looks awesome, going alongside the Master, John Sim Master, which I never finished because I sort of messed up the neck and I need to paint his eyes back on, which looks quite creepy, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Little Cyberman head there as well, for no reason whatsoever. I suppose it could be acts as a Cyberdrone due to that terrible decision choice in Ascension of the Cybermen, but I don't think we'll talk about that story. We have some more things at the back here, like, I guess you could call that a Rassilon custom figure. It's a white and gold Time Lord with the Rassilon thing on, so yeah, whatever. Another Time Lord at the back there. The custom Talons of Weng Chang 4th Doctor I made a few years ago, but they've actually since released that, so oh well. The 11 from Big Finish, sort of Doom Coalition, sort of Ravenous thing going on here with the 11 and the Candyman. I made that a few years ago. Probably should update it, but I'm quite pleased with the head sculpt. It looked quite creepy. At the back there, again, a very early custom I made was the Hemivore. Really awesome. I'm quite pleased with that. There's some sort of headless things back there. I'll probably go back to those at some point. We've got the Dark Eyes 8th Doctor, my original Dark Eyes custom rather, with the head is missing because I had to borrow it from the Night of the Doctor figure, so I'd have to keep constantly swapping them on and off if I wanted to use that one. And we have the Richard E. Grant Doctor at the back there. But yeah, that sort of sums up my customs. I do have a few more that will probably pop up other places in the video, but that's sort of the main gist of it. But yeah, so that is the bottom of the ever large figure shelf. Bloody hell, it does go up a long way. I'll show you up the top in a minute, but I'd like to divert your attention to the left where we have my electric guitars at the moment. This might not interest some of you, but I'll run you through these anyway quickly. To the left here we have my Strat. I think I managed to find this for about 30 quid, so it's a cheap bit of crap, but I think it sounds okay and it's got a tremolo. So we have my Epiphone ES339 here. Absolutely love this guitar. Sounds so nice. This is what I use for all my things. I'm actually working on some upcoming soundtracks, which I won't give too much away now, but for something people you may have heard of for their certain series online Doctor Who series. Again, I'm giving away too much, but... And here we have my jazz bass, which I actually built myself. I built it using parts I bought online, put it together, added all my own touches and things to it, like the covers and the thumb rest, and replaced the neck and all that. And it sounds interesting. I'd like to use it in a video soon if I can ever find the time. In fact, there's actually a bridge cover, but I've taken that off for the moment just for the sake of palm muting. And yeah, if we run up here, we have a TARDIS hat, an alien, and a monkey that screams. Lovely. And we have this poster of the Beatles through the years, basically all the sort of album covers and photo shoots and sessions and whatnot. Really lovely. And just in case you were curious, the White Album is my favourite album. Just great, because I think it offers a lot more songs on there, and there's a lot more a range of what they can do, and there's just some fantastic songs on there. But yeah, again, moving back over to the shelf and going up, we have the top section, which I'll run you through very quickly. Yeah, we have these Sontaran spaceships, if I can hold the camera properly, which I built a few years ago before I got the official thing. There's two back there actually, there's bloody cobwebs, Jesus. They're basically just polystyrene balls stuck on some, like, a cardboard ring. They look quite cool. We've got this 10th Doctor Mr. Potato Head, which, no, is in the box for a reason. This original Dennis Fisher Toys 4th Doctor at the back there, which actually lost the scarf, coat and hat and whatnot over the 40 years it's been around, and had to make a new coat for it. But yeah, some Doctor Who figurine things here going along the back with some B&M boxes and whatnot in the background. Just a whole load of figures and bits and pieces, like a Cybermat. All the DVD box sets, which I'll show you my DVD collection in a minute. The Faceless ones, which I unboxed the other day. I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute, but make sure you go and check that out. Amy Pond, which again I got in the same closing down sale at Toys R Us for £4. No, again, she is also in a box because I hate the character. And we have the Series 5 console room, which isn't a particular favourite of mine. I don't really like the console that much, but I think the toy is very nice. We've got the 11th Doctor up there, and I'm having to stand right on my tiptoes to film this, so I better move down and show you the first Big Finish shelf. This is my main range shelf, which starts off here with, if I can reach it properly, Storm Warning, the first 8th Doctor audio. Notice how it's in its packaging. I managed to get it for 30 quid, brand new, sealed, which is amazing considering it went for about 200, I think second hand a few years ago in 2014 when they went out of stock, which is just quite funny. But there's some other nice bits here, like Minuet in Hell, signed by Nicholas Courtney. I think the Chimes of Midnight here, which I managed to get for just 20 quid. But I'll probably do a separate video on this collection. I've got all the 8th Doctor main range stuff, which goes up here. I've got a few things I'd like to unbox coming up, like here's a little preview. I won't give too much away, but I'll unbox those in an upcoming video. And we've got these two things, these two Tortured audios, which I've bought, and I've managed to listen to the second one, which is Sync. I really enjoyed this story. Very sort of fun 1 hour sort of run around between India of Armour and Annette Badland as Susie and Margaret the Slovene, which is just fantastic. I really did enjoy that. We also have the light at the end here, which you could see me unbox on my other video. Really nice thing. And then we have the collection Blu-rays, season 18, 19, 23 and 26. I adore these Blu-ray sets. I would like to get season 12, but obviously there was the issue in the factory where they somehow managed to put all the season 10 discs inside the season 12 box. I will never know how they managed to do that. But yeah, I really do love these. I've had a chance to watch the season 19 box set. Even though I got some of these about a year ago, I need to catch up and watch them, like the Terror of the Vervoids thing, and actually I would really like to dig into season 26 again. But season 19 is ultimately one of my favourite seasons. I think all of these are my favourite seasons. They just coincidentally released all my favourites for such high prices, all at the same time. So, but yeah, season 19, Black Orchids, stories like that, and Kinder, and Fort of Doomsday, Castrovalve and whatnot. I love that box set. And moving down, we have the DVD collection, which a few of you have wanted a DVD collection of video since I did my Faceless Ones unboxing. So I will bring that to you in the future. It's just that this was a bit of an impromptu video, so I didn't have much time to do any of that. But yes, it starts very nicely on An Unearthly Child. The first shelf runs all the way from An Unearthly Child to the War Games. Fantastic sort of, these shelf about 50 stories each, these shelf 50 DVDs rather, and it fits in the entire 60s era perfectly because I'm sad and I decided to put the reconstructions in boxes and print out the cases and covers and whatnot, the silver cases, and done that for most of the story. I still need to get a few of the right cases because a few of them are housed in clear ones, like the Highlanders here, for example. But again, really lovely DVD collection with the new Faceless One DVDs. Again, haven't had a chance to dig into that yet, but I would like to soon. But yeah, lovely. I adore the DVD collection. It's taken years of building, and it's still not complete. It may look complete, but there are still quite a few stories I'm missing, like quite a lot of the 4th Doctor era I need to get. As you noticed, season 13 is incomplete, 14, 15. Season 16 is thankfully complete because it all comes in one big box set, and I've been meaning to re-watch season 16, the Key to Time series, because it's an awesome series, and I just need to dig back into it because there's some really good stories that I've forgotten about and need to get into, like the Reboss Operation, for example, and the Armageddon Factor is very underrated. I do like the Armageddon Factor, but maybe a re-watch might try that opinion. But yeah, again, running in the theme of a perfect shelf, we have Speared from Space all the way up to Sharda, which is again a perfect 70s run, so I managed to organise this quite well. Maybe I subconsciously did that, maybe a bit of OCD took over my brain in the DVD collection buying department. But yeah, 3rd Doctor and 4th Doctor era. Moving down we have the late 4th Doctor era, again a straight 80s collection from The Leisure Hive to Survival and movie, More Than 30s and the TARDIS, and Lost in Time at the end. Which is a fantastic box set, definitely. If you're interested in the missing episodes, pick up Lost in Time because it is awesome. And I've got the thinner re-release that takes up less space on the shelf. But yeah, I've got a complete, if I can find it, I've got a complete 7th Doctor era. I've one story away from completing the 6th Doctor era. Probably worth mentioning that I have seen every classic story apart from the Seas of Death and the Space Pirates. I do need to get around to those at some point, but I don't want to end it because, you know, it'll be sad to see there's no more sort of ambiguity within the classic series anymore. But well, I guess I'll have to just delve into Big Finish and waste my money even more. But yeah, the Twin Dilemma is the one I do need to get for this series. I'll show you, I do have some more classic DVDs which I'll show you on later, which will explain things a bit better as to how I've seen all of these, but I don't physically own them. Well, I do, but yeah, I'll get onto that. And the 5th Doctor era is almost complete. I do need to still pick up a few more things. I ought to actually get a replacement for the Visitation, because this is a really old copy, and you can see the cover's it's a bit strange, and it's in quite an old case. And I think even the I'm trying to do this with one hand. I think even the the booklet's missing. So yeah, I ought to pick up the special edition of that at some point. As nice as it is to have the original DVDs without the 2 Entertain logo, I think this one just is a bit inconsistent because the colour's all different and the bar doesn't even come up to the right height, which is just so annoying. But yeah, that rounds off the original classic series sort of DVD shelf, and moving down, sort of, I suppose chronologically, even though the first Big Finish shelf was up there, and now we have the Big Finish box at the 8th Doctor sort of quadrilogy sets, if you will, starting with Dark Eyes. We've got Dark Eyes 1, 2, 3 and 4, Doom Coalition 1, 2, 3 and 4, and Ravenous 1, 2, 3 and 4, which I bloody loved. I think a few months ago I sort of went on sort of an adventure, if you will, in re-listening to Ravenous, because in time for box set 4 to come out, which I really enjoyed. Nicola Walker was fantastic in this. Everyone was superb. I really love this, and I'm not going to be able to get it back in here because it's a very tight squeeze. But yeah, I do like Dark Eyes is okay. I do need to go back and listen to it, but box set 1 is surely is fantastic. I think Doom Coalition is probably my favourite out of the three, just because I feel so at home with Doom Coalition. They're just really easily accessible, 1 hour long, 45-minute long stories each, and they're just so friendly, if you know what I mean. They're just so accessible. I'd say definitely, if you're new to Big Finish, I'd say Doom Coalition is probably a good place to start, because I mean Dark Eyes just does get a bit annoying when they're all sort of like Dalek themed stories, even though I don't think they even appear in Dark Eyes 3, but Doom Coalition just has such a wide range to it, and Doom Coalition 1 has some great stories in there. I think the Satanic Mill is very underrated, because a lot of people seem to hate that one, but I can't really see why. And then as we go on, we have the War Doctor box sets, Only the Monstrous, Infernal Devices, Agents of Chaos, and Casualties of War should be there, although Big Finish still haven't delivered it yet, despite me ordering it probably over a month ago, which I think goes against their legal policies, but oh well. And we have the War Master, Only the Good, which I foolishly ordered by itself, so that means I'll have to pay extra to get the remaining issues, but I mean, if I do get the remaining issues, I mean, I haven't had a chance to listen to this one yet. I heard it's very good from a friend, but I do need to tuck into that properly. And we do have the Further Adventures of Lucy Miller here at the end, which I love. That's good. I did enjoy listening to that, which I'm ashamed it didn't come in such a big box like the rest of them, but oh well. I guess it takes up less room. And Jago and Lightfoot, which I picked up in a recent sale, which I unboxed. There'll probably again be another iCard up there. And as you've noticed me just trying to fit these in, all the issues of Vortex at the end, which as you'll notice there's a lot of duplicates in there, and yeah, they really I need to find a place to house these, because they really do take up a lot of room. And again, moving down to the bottom shelf in the middle, we have here this sort of a miscellaneous shelf, if you will. As you notice, it's a bit of a weird, strange mess, but we have a penguin that talks back to you, John Deacon Funko Pop at the back there, some more bits and pieces, Bohemian Rhapsody cinema ticket, Titan Vinyl First Doctor, Sonic Screwdrivers, this harmonica which I made, Pandorica, just loads of sort of miscellaneous crap, if you will. Hofner bass at the back there, Sonic lipstick, all these bits and pieces. Even Wallace has somehow made his way to the back there, and my old Faceless Ones DVDs, because I had nowhere else to put it. Yeah, that sort of sums up the main area of shelves. We do have one more to get through. I'll do this very quickly, but along the top we have this clock, which I think I made in design in school a few years ago, which sort of themed around Queen's Hot Space album, sort of with the blue limited edition vinyl re-released for the 40th anniversary. Oh, that's going to fall over. Oh well. There's TV there. That's just so I can watch my Doctor Who DVDs, which I need to get back to, because I think the last one I watched was Ark in Space, which was a few months ago, so I ought to get back into the swing of things, classic series wise. And moving down, we have my sort of bookshelf, if you will. I mean, it's sort of, yeah, it's all the sort of physical, I can't explain it to you, but you know, there's Doctor Who magazine there, Doctor Who figurine stuff, annuals, this book by Robert Sherman, Everyone's Just So Special. I need to dig into this. I really do need to read this. Fantastic writer Robert Sherman, who's wrote some of my favourite Doctor Who stuff, including Scherzo, which is my favourite Doctor Who story ever, which is a bit of an interesting opinion, but I really do love it. And we have some more books going along here, bits and pieces, the BBC books, Capaldi era books, some Target novels, which a few months ago I read The Cave Monsters, which is Doctor and the Silurians. Really love that. And Marco Polo, which apparently is very rare, but I only managed to find it for about £2 on eBay, so I guess that's a bargain. And moving down, we have what is quite possibly one of my favourite areas of the collection, my 8th Doctor graphic novels. I love these. Starting off with Endgame, which is, I think, is a good comic to get into if you're definitely a good sort of debut comic for the 8th Doctor. But then we have The Glorious Dead, which is the one I'm currently reading, and there will be a few videos hopefully centred around this. I won't give too much away, but in the far future I'm hoping to make something to do with that comic strip. And we have the remaining Oblivion and The Flood, which I'm yet to get into, but they look awesome. We have the 8th Doctor Titan comic issue 1, which I need to pick up the rest. Foolishly, again, I ordered the original part 1 when I could have ordered the entire set in the one book, but I wasn't thinking straight when I did that. And we have the new series DVD collection, starting off with the first complete first series, which I'm doing a complete review series, probably about 11 hours worth of content coming up soon, depending when this video goes out. I mean, the first part might have already gone out, but be there at 7 PM on Thursday, the 26th of March, because I will be doing a commentary with Max on Rose, and then End of the World on Quite Dead, and so on until I think the 18th of June, I think. So it's a very long running series, but I hope it will keep everyone entertained over the coming months of dwelling. And we have the rest of the DVDs. I foolishly again decided to buy Series 4 in volumes rather than buying it in box set form, but oh well. There's rather sparse Moffat era, and which I need to pick up more of, because I mean I've only got one Series 5 DVD. I've got Series 6, but the rest of it just sort of comes in parts, like these two separate Series 9 DVDs. Don't have Series 10, don't have Series 11 nor 12. I don't know whether I will bother, because they're all on iPlayer these days, which is a depressing thing to say, but you know, I might as well just, I mean, I'm not particularly fond of any of those seasons, so. But yeah, then we have a few more miscellaneous Doctor Who things here, like Dreamland, which is interesting, Adventure in Space and Time, which is fantastic, the original Speared from Space DVD, which is, as much as I hate to see it getting relegated to this shelf, I do have the special edition now, so. And this thing here, which is very interesting, Lennon Naked, which is Christopher Eccleston DVD, sort of a biopic, if you will, of John Lennon, and this was very hard to track down. I think there's only one more copy of this out there on the internet, I mean, in Region 2. I could not find this anywhere, so I'm thankful to finally found it, because you can't even find it online, not on BBC iPlayer, not on any of those dodgy illegal streaming sites. That it's just like, it's just rare. A few more things at the end here, like Star Wars, Highlander, Outnumbered, and my music collection here, which some of you might be interested in, because I know a few of you subscribe from my Beatles cover, so I might as well show off my Sgt. Pepper's anniversary edition, the Isha Demos, White Album Deluxe thing, some Queen albums here, some deluxes, some originals, and I think I've got ELO at the back there, because in the words of Elton, who doesn't love a bit of ELO? Sorry about this, guys, my camera just ran out of battery, so I had to switch to another one, and sorry if the audio quality is a bit crap, but I mean, it's sort of the best I can offer, but hopefully the video quality will be a bit better. But yeah, anyway, where was I? Music collection and all that, and moving down the shelf, we have what I was talking about earlier, the reject pile, I suppose you could call it, of Doctor Who DVDs. These are all the original copies. My dad used to make me sort of copied off VHS and whatnot, but yeah, these are just sort of here for nostalgia factor, all the original DVDs, which some of these have covers that you can't even get anymore, so I'm definitely not going to get rid of them, and they all have incredible sentimental value with them. And some more things up here, some CDs, the original film trims of Marco Polo. I just leave those lying around in the dust. I don't think it's worth hanging them into the BBC, because, you know, no one really wants that story. And we have some more bits and pieces here. That's the missing bridge cover, which I was talking about earlier, which is supposed to go onto that base, but again, I take it off every now and then. But yeah, we have some more things going along here, some guitar picks and slides and capos and whatnot, which leads here to my guitar amp, CD player, a Sideman head, some guitar there, another bass here, all these bits and pieces of my Hofner bass, which I used in my Beatles video. But yeah, that again rounds off the entire sort of bit I was meant to be showing you, and that leads us over to this bit here. Bit of an odd piece of the collection. We have the 10th Doctor and Martha in 12-inch figure form. The Hartnell TARDIS, my original Hartnell TARDIS, which I never finished, but that lights up and whatnot. Some Daleks, some massive Daleks, some boxes, and my 8th Doctor TARDIS console room model, which I haven't finished yet, but hopefully I will do a proper video showing that off once it's finished, with some customs in there, like my custom coatless 8th Doctor and Izzy Sinclair, his custom, the comic book companion. But sorry about this, because I'm running low on I'm running low on, what? How'd you say it? Sorry to end it so abruptly, but I'm running low on camera battery. So this has been Cynical Who's collection video. Thank you so much for 100 subscribers again. I'm really thankful for hitting 100 subscribers, and I could not be more thankful. So thank you very much for watching this video. This has been Cynical Who, and I will see you all next time.